strength is specific, who's stronger, Klokov or Dan Green? Well, in what fucking territory?
Right, it really depends on how you're measuring.
And then same as mobility.
Right, yeah.
Dude's starting lineman on the Chicago Bears, but he benches about 340.
Right.
Oh, he's not strong, I'm stronger than him, I should be on the Bears.
Right.
Like, if that guy gets into a shoving match with you,
right,
you're going into the next county over. Yeah, first 3 steps and a shove, that guy's gonna dominate anybody. And he gets paid a lot of money to do that, so fuck your bench press.
Looking for one line straight back like here, like this. He's gonna feel that all throughout his ribs and all that. Maybe his lat, maybe delt up here.
Yeah, delt for sure.
Yeah. This should improve his overhead position and his rack position, which is really, really shitty. Then we'll go just lying on your side, turf touch. That should be standard for you. Important note, if you do this version, keep your knee on the ground. This is like a test more than anything else. You're trying to get more range of motion without changing anything else, okay? So if you do this version with your knee touching the ground, don't lift your knee off the ground, okay? All right, go ahead and switch. Bottom leg is straight, top knee touches, reaching all the way back. Trying to work to get that top range of motion, which is what he's missing. You should be feeling that in the same areas, armpit, ribs, upper back, maybe squeezing in between your shoulder blades a little bit more, all that. And you're looking like you're getting a little bit more, okay? All right, so Mike's been working with me for about a month now, okay? So now I can add in more stuff to his technique. So if you notice from the earlier videos, I didn't mention what his arms are doing at all. I just told him to relax. We're more really worried about his overhead position. But now we get to start adding in other accessory exercises that emphasize different qualities of the lift, okay? So I'm gonna introduce muscle snatches today. There's a lot of different ways to do these. Some people don't do hip contact, some people do. The way I do them, everything from the floor to your hip crease stays the same, and then everything after that you just finish with your arms. But today we'll be working just from hip height, just to get that finish that I was talking about.
Brilliant. Elbows are kind of locked out, right?
Yeah, they're getting it. Definitely a lot better. So this is going to be a consistent thing for Mike. We always need to be working on his overhead position because it's the worst thing that he has. From the earlier videos, if you notice, he couldn't even lock out his elbows, didn't really have an overhead position at all to speak of. Now, look how far back that thing is. You know, it looks a lot more stacked. And he's less worried about just holding it up above his head, so we get to sort of add more things to his lift. Sort of, we have the framework now we get to put the different stuff in it. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. First, I'm gonna teach you how to do a muscle snatch from your hip crease. Yeah. And then we're gonna add other lifts into it. So we're gonna do like a muscle snatch from the hip, and then we're gonna work some snatches from the hip, just to work on just the finish today, okay? So all the muscle snatches for our purposes right now, like I said, there's a bunch of different ways to do these. We're gonna be here like this, knees are bent, hip crease. I like curling the wrists in a little bit, elbows turned out. All you do is extend at your knee and then sort of exaggerate this high elbow wrist curl position and then flick it back. Here, here.
When you're good, do you start to load these things up a little bit too?
You can,
yeah.
You can. Some people load these up quite heavy.
Yeah.
Oftentimes it turns more into like this, like sort of like lean all the way back,
yeah,
and then, you know, standing bench type situation.
Yeah, strongman over.
For me, that doesn't translate as much to an actual snatch. This is meant to create a more vertical pull and a more aggressive turnover dropping down underneath. So once it turns into something that looks different than a snatch, then I don't really load them up any heavier than that.
Yeah, same idea. Something like a floor press. Yeah, sure, can help your bench, help your lockout, no legs, but once your hips are starting to fly and you're starting to fucking do this, like, just chill out.
Okay, so in here like this, we're working from just the hips today, here, and then we finish nice and smooth.
So don't even necessarily worry about that much like hip hop or anything. No. Just a little, just to get from like here to here.
Just enough just to sort of initiate.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Nice. You're shrugging, you're pulling yourself. If you're actually snatching right now, this is where you'd be pulling it underneath. Yes. Good. One more. Good. Now we're going down into our bottom position. Go. Yes. And now from the knee. Go. Nice. Now can you see how that would translate to a more vertical pull and more speed underneath?
Yeah.
Good. Now we hinge over, hip contact, and under. Go. Good. Making sure we're digging our heels in as we lower so we don't hop forward. So last Tuesday, I talked about how you don't really teach the power versions of the lifts first, okay? Mike and I have been working together long enough, so I will eventually start adding those in because those do help out the full lifts. I use those more to help people move the feet, getting them to pull a little bit more aggressive. So we get to start adding in more stuff now. The point of the power, like a power snatch versus a regular snatch, you have to pull the bar a little bit higher and you have to move your feet a little bit faster because you're not traveling all the way down in the squat. So you don't get to rely on changing direction so much. Good. Snatch from your hip, dig the heels in. Go. Okay. So we're here like this. We're gonna have you hinge over. And that's how I do them at this gym. Some people go no hip contact.
Yeah.
And I don't like that one as much, but you know, your mileage may vary.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do. Yeah, right. So we're gonna go a couple of these guys, and then move into a full hang snatch.
Old arms, man. Old shoulders.
This one, benching is not like benching.
Yeah, I've noticed. I'm obviously benching less because I'm just working more, you know, more this, more everything. But your shoulders don't really want to snatch and bench at the same time.
Nope, they don't.
They really don't.
They don't want to do it.
Yeah, they don't want to be good at both.
Nice. Nice. Rest. I think that really is because like your shoulders are they were not designed to be stable.
Yeah.
So benching requires so much stability this way and snatching requires so much stability this
100%.
way. It's just a lot.
That's why I argue everybody. Oh, your shoulders are mobile and you're not this. And I was like, strength is specific. Who's stronger, Klokov or Dan Green? Well, in what fucking territory?
Right. It really depends on how you're measuring.
And then same as mobility.
Right.
Am I mobile enough to powerlift? Yeah, I'm perfect for powerlifting.
Right.
Am I mobile enough for this? Not quite yet. Am I mobile enough to play basketball again? Not quite yet. It's all specific. People don't want to understand that.
Right. Strength sports, specificity is king.
Same with basketball.
Yeah.
Or football. Me and Mark went and worked at Cal Strength with some of these NFL guys.
Yeah.
Dude's starting lineman on the Chicago Bears, but he benches about 340.
Right.
Oh, he's not strong, I'm stronger than him, I should be on the Bears.
Right.
Like, if that guy gets into a shoving match with you,
Right.
you're going to the next county over. You're going to be in a different zip code.
Some people who get into strength training just sort of forget that athletes don't compete in strength.
And they don't give a fuck.
They're all about how they move.
Yeah, and the guy's arms, I mean, the dude's 6'6". Shout out to Leno Jr. I think he's still on the Bears. He's 6'6", arms are pretty skinny, but he will shove you so fast, it'll feel like someone just punched you in the fucking shoulder.
Guarantee it. Like if me and him had to move across the gym really fast, I'm pretty sure he would. Yeah.
Yeah, first 3 steps and a shove, that guy's gonna dominate anybody. And he gets paid a lot of money to do that, so fuck your bench press.
Nice. High elbows. Good. Make the heels enough. Squeeze close. There it is. Nice. Nice. So one more set that way, just to make it look pretty. Cool. And then we're gonna move on.
Yeah, second rep felt a lot better.
Yeah, second rep.
Does muscle snatches give you muscles?
I mean, yeah, you really no, because you're only going to be doing them for like sets of 3 minutes to 5 at the most.
False marketing weightlifting.
False marketing, yeah. But if you call them Cuban press.
Yeah, maybe it'll make you Cuban.
Right. Good. Good. Even better. There it is. Now imagine if you try to add that exercise in like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
there'd be no point. There'd be no point.
Yeah.
It's all about the frame of reference.
Yeah, same thing. Teaching a floor press before someone could regular bench, it's kind of a waste of time.
Yeah, why? Same thing, like people get so hung up on like the little details, like, oh, he's not hook gripping yet. I'm like, dude, like look at his arms. He'll be fine, you know? Like give him some time to build up the framework first. Good. So Mike's trying to grab the bar as best he can during his warm-up sets. He's gonna be the type of guy that will have to release onto his hands.
Yeah, that's
but
so
I like during his warm-up sets to really try and get the mobility through his shoulders so his wrists don't take the brunt of all that. Me, it's just as painful as day one, every day. It's a groundhog day for my shoulders. Oh, fuck. I gotta give him like a little bouncies. Here, and like when I catch a clean, I'm here like this. But I like just getting that extra little bit of mobility like I'm supposed to have early on. That hurts.
Front squats or something?
Yeah,
that's silly. Wait.
There you go. Get a couple of the full grip and then relax the hands.
What would make someone terrible at a power jerk and good at a regular jerk?
In general, I found that power jerks are more difficult. You just don't get down quite as low, and you don't have the stability forwards and backwards. So if you drive the least bit out front, well, you're out of luck.
Yeah. But if you have the strength, you may be able to make up for that lack of stability just because you can get it out there fucking easier.
Yeah, and like guys who never miss jerks, they got really strong dip drive, and they're really precise about it. They can get away with just a power jerk.
Strong dip drive, combination of strong quads and the coordination.
Good coordination, good accuracy, really powerful people in general.
Yeah, people that can jump, just explosive people.
Yeah. One of the guys that competes in my weight class, Rob Blackwell. Yeah. He does power jerks, and the guy just never misses jerks. Yeah. So.
He's strong.
He's a strong dude.
Just is what it is.
Strong dude. Yeah. All right, one more set of 2 and 2. Cool. 2 power, 2 split, and then we'll go over to this. Have you work clean and jerks. Nice.
Feels like Planet of the Apes move right here. Throw in Caesar. What do you know about Caesar? Talk to you, cameraman.
He's the monkey.
He's not a goddamn monkey. That's his monkey. That's an insult.
Go. Yeah. Leave it there on your shoulders like that. Yeah. Fast feet. Good. One more just like that. Aggressive hips. Go. Good. Leave it on your shoulders, rest it on your body. There you go. Look at that rack position. Feet. Good. That was the best one. Not half bad.
Yeah, feels smoothish.
Yeah.
What would somebody strong do rep to rep? Just drop it and like let it bounce and reset?
Yeah, I just drop it.
Whatever.
Yeah. I don't set anything I do, I just drop it.
Yeah. I mean, because it's light enough. Yeah. You can fucking front raise it down for now.
Right.
But eventually it's going to get heavy.
Right. In contest, you're supposed to follow the bar down until it reaches shoulder height, and then I like to sort of bounce it like a basketball. Shows respect in contest.
Yeah. That's kind of like a deadlift rule. Yeah. Like you're supposed to show control, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Just not chuck it at a judge.
Yeah. I kind of just like when I'm in the gym, I get hyped up. I slam, I slam a bar, but like it's really important for me to be like respectful, like on the playing field.
Yeah. And you've done it long enough that you can break that habit.
Yeah.
Like a new guy's fucking in here crushing, then he goes to a meet, he'll fucking crush it like a...
I used to be there too.
Yeah.
And like not everybody feels the same way as me about that, but and that's fine.
Yeah.
I personally don't care, but like some people do.
Yeah. You're an old school judge or an old school coach. You don't want to turn nobody off.
Guys,
but no one's going to be not like you for being respectful.
Right. Better to be overly respectful.
I agree.
Good. Deep breath. Fast feet. Good. Yeah, elbows up. Good. Catch your breath. Fast dip drop. Punch your feet out. That was better. Better. Come on. Yes, push.
Ben turned me into a man.
Hey, nice. 120, that's, you know, something. Yeah.
How many pounds is that?
260? 265, 264, something like that.
Take it.
Yeah. We're getting close to the 300 mark, which is cool.
We're coming 300.